Welcome to the Hospital Finance Podcast, your go-to source for information and insights that can help you stay ahead of the challenges impacting healthcare finance. And now, the host of the Hospital Finance Podcast, Kelly Wisness.
Hi, this is Kelly Wisness. Welcome back to the award-winning Hospital Finance Podcast. We're pleased to welcome back Randi Deckard, Besler's Senior Vice President of Client Engagement. In this episode, we're discussing Besler's upcoming Reimbursement Executive Roundtable that Randi is moderating for us on Wednesday, June 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for joining us today, Randi.
Thank you so much for having me, Kelly. So excited to chat about the upcoming roundtable.
Me too. So let's jump in. So why did you put together the roundtable?
We've had such high engagement with our reimbursement webinars and our annual virtual user group, which we've renamed to Reimbursement Symposium, that it's clear we needed other opportunities to have more conversation around issues that are impacting those in the reimbursement field. And there's such a diverse background of experiences and perspectives. And this roundtable gives, those people a platform to share their voice with a larger audience. We also plan to do this twice a year. So look for a save the date for our late fall, early winter timeframe.
Sounds awesome. So what type of topics are you all going to cover?
So the intent is to discuss issues that, reimbursement people are currently facing right now or impending challenges due to regulatory changes. There's so many different, types of hospitals, whether they're rural, urban, whether you're standalone. So there are a lot of, issues depending on what type of facility you are facing. So I think we'll have a little bit of something for everyone, but it's really what's, pressing right now, and also looking to the future, maybe regulatory changes, how they might be impacted, having those types of discussions.
Sounds like some really great topics. So who's going to be on this panel?
I am so excited for this panel because we have such a diverse group with a century's worth of experience. How cool is that? So no particular order, but our first panelist, John Ballantyne, he has an academic finance background and he's at Prisma Health. So super excited to have him. Mike Nichols, Senior Director, Hospital Reimbursement at UI Health Chicago. And what's interesting about Mike is he was actually on the consultant side for a while. So I think he's going to have an awesome perspective as well. And then Ebi Urzua, he's the Executive Director, Reimbursement at Wellstar Health System. Ebi has a ton of experience, going back to the late 80s, early 90s. So once again, a really experienced person, lots of great perspective. And then we also have Chris Cusimano, who is a managing member and CEO of Government Data Services, also known as GDS. He's a lawyer and, has been around the reimbursement regulatory arena for a while. So really looking forward to our century's worth of experience. I think we're going to have some great conversation and dialogue.
Sounds like a great group of, reimbursement leaders that you've compiled there.
Absolutely.
Yes. So when will the roundtable be held?
So the roundtable will be held Wednesday, June 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's an hour session. There are no CEUs. And for those of you who can't join and listen in live, please do sign up because the recording will be made available to you. And we'd love to hear your feedback, whether you're able to participate and listen to us live or you're catching it on replay. Would love to hear from you.
Great. Yes, it's going to be a great event. And so how do potential panelists contact you if they want to participate in the next roundtable that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, so anyone who's interested or wants to recommend a colleague, will take nominations in being on a future roundtable, can find Kelly or I on LinkedIn, or you can send an email to update@besler.com. We'd love to have you on, or if there's someone that you really feel would make a great panelist, love to have a nomination. And even if you're not interested in necessarily being a panelist, just remember Kelly hosts a podcast. We'd love to have you on.
Appreciate that plug, Randi.
Help you out, Kelly.
Well, thank you so much, Randi, and for giving us this great glimpse into your upcoming Reimbursement Executive Roundtable that we're hosting on June 21st, again, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us for this episode of the Hospital Finance Podcast. Until next time.
This concludes our episode of the Hospital Finance Podcast. For show notes and additional resources to help protect and optimize revenue at your hospital, visit Besler.com/podcasts. The Hospital Finance Podcast is a production of Besler. Smart about revenue, tenacious about results.